Horsetails is proudly brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. South Carolina, a true leader in the equine industry. Hey folks, welcome to this morning's show. I promise you it won't be boring. This morning we're going to be chasing feral hogs on the banks of the Great Pee Dee River. Folks, as you know, that's one of my passions, riding the marsh tacky horses on the banks of the Great Pee Dee River, you know, chasing these feral hogs. Folks, a little bit of history on the feral hog. They've been here since, well, when the first conquistadors come over, they landed in Florida and they come up the coast and they had camps. They would set a camp up, stay 3 or 4 months, and they'd go explore. So pigs were introduced, and naturally, just like some of the horses, they got loose. So the feral pig has been around, folks, a long time. But probably in the past 3 decades, a lot of people turn them loose to have something else to hunt. And with the timber practices, and also I'll add, with a lot of the clubs doing away with deer driving with dogs, really cause a population to explode. And feral pigs are very, very destructive to the environment, to the crops especially. So a lot of the places I go, people call me in and say, hey, you know, let's take care of them, let's dispatch them. And folks, also, you know, that I'm riding our state heritage horse, the marsh tacky. There's really a tool that gets me right in there up close and personal. As you can see, we ride these horses right into the bay. And all the dogs that I use, folks, are really rescues. Some from the pound, some for people who use them for breeding purposes. They didn't really turn out for whatever they do. So my pack of PD game dogs is kind of like me. They're kind of a hodgepodge of what everything is. And folks, like I say, so today you're going to see a little history of what's going on on the banks of the Great Pee Dee River, some rice fields, some rice dikes, and some pretty sporty riding, folks. So, like I say, being redundant, it ain't gonna be boring. All my life, I've been obsessed with horses. I was curious and wanted to see other people's love for their horses and their stories. I'm David Grant, the Pee Dee Cowboy, and along with some incredible horse owners, I want to share the story of horses and the people that have a passion for them. Horsetails is proudly brought to you by Equine Dynamics. See Mike Stein for all your farrier needs, proudly serving North and South Carolina. Warren Coker Hay, simply the best coastal Bermuda hay in the Southeast. Nationwide, when a cowboy rides, he rides with Nationwide on his side. The South Carolina Department of Agriculture, promoting and nurturing agriculture in the great state of South Carolina.
Take a moment to think about the food you buy and eat. Is it fresh? I mean really fresh. Or is it shipped from a grower hundreds or even thousands of miles away? Well, here in South Carolina, we celebrate fresh, locally grown food and unforgettable meals with family and friends. They are time-honored traditions that go back generations. Season after season, our state's farmers help make those meals memorable with delicious produce like sweet corn, butter beans, and cucumbers that taste just perfect. Agriculture has always been at the heart of who we are. Just trace its roots and you'll see that the farmers who work to bring the freshest, best tasting food to your table, they aren't so different from you or me. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
You are the heart of our community.
You work hard every day, but sometimes money gets tight.
You still have dreams and may need a personal loan to help make them come true.
Anderson Brothers Bank, where we're locally owned and care more about you than your credit score.
We understand your dreams are unique and want to help you find the best way to realize them.
The loan process at Anderson Brothers Bank is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Anderson Brothers Bank. We know behind every personal loan is a person.
Folks, on this hunt, young Landis Lane, which is my partner's son, and that's a dangerous deed, bringing him out to hunt with old PD Cowboy. He said, hey, you heard him, he's yours. But anyway, Landis is 28. This is about only his second or third hunt he's been on with me. So he said, Mr. Davis, what should I do? I said, Landis, just don't fall off and do what I don't do. And when we catch the hog, you be there with the knife. So, but anyway, folks, the river's in full freshet. It was probably 23, 24 feet in Sherrall. And for you folks that don't know, full freshet is what the old timers say about the river when it's really flooded. It's out of its bank and it's freshet. And folks, I thought that's a little tidbit that little PD Cowboy added into this today's show. But you are really going to enjoy some action as you see today, folks. You're really going to get up close and personal what it takes to catch feral hogs on the banks of the Great PD. I think he broke. I think he broke. I say, folks, that must be a good hog. Because we ain't got him, they broke. We probably shouldn't have come in here on the horses like that. But. Yeah. I got him in water. Well, that's marsh tacky country there, folks. Folks, an old hog, he might not look like he's Mark Spitz, a great swimmer, but they can swim. You see an old hog, a lot of people don't know what they're looking at, but a hog, he turns up like that. He's kind of built like the old cowboy, big in the front, small in the back. But anyway, all you see is a snout, and they'll swim out of sight, and they are pretty proficient swimmers. So I was got a little concerned about my dogs, but folks, we got him in the end. Where's the hog, guys? There's the hog, folks, right there. They got him in the water. Classic. Classic. They got him right there, folks. Now, you ain't gonna see no better than that. Look at that. Where is it? Right there. Oh, yeah, we need to honor them dogs and get him.
They're trying to drown him?
They're going to drown him, or done drowned him. Pretty good little hog. That's what it's all about, folks.
Video that crap. Gonna shoot him in the face?
It's too dangerous for the dog.
He killed him. He killed him. Can you get him?
He comes a little closer. I want to get him on that horse.
What is this? River water too?
No, not really.
Sorry.
Need some more dogs on him.
Thing got tough. He's getting tough now. He got land. He got on land, didn't he?
I don't know how deep that is. You want to go grab him? You got anything about your phone? We're going to lose him.
Shoot him now. He's going to come back this way.
Oh, that dog's in trouble right there. I think that dog might be in trouble right there. Tie my horse for me. Folks, as you can see, the river was really high, full freshet, and it was rising. We didn't really know till after that we were coming in and the water was rising. So this particular hunt, we caught this hog, was probably 15 to 20 minutes. And coming in, the horses were kind of swimming a little bit, but coming out, we actually were swimming. We were very lucky, folks. As you can see, one of my dogs got in trouble because this was dry ground flooded with a lot of briars and the old cut down. And these dogs have been fighting that hog a good while, because a hog will, like any game, will search out water to escape the pursuers. So I had to get off and go out there and grab him and pull him to shore. And folks, like you say, this is the real deal. We're riding right up to him. I see the hog. Seems like a pretty good one. The dogs are doing a good job. Landis, get him, Landis. Go ahead, jump out and grab him, Landis. I'm on the, yeah. Tie your horse. How about it? Woo! Now, you got a broke horse or what?
Damn. Yeah, well, we just got.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. That ain't good right there. I thought I tied mine. Folks, you heard me say, tie your horses. I can't tell you how many times I tell everybody, say, hey, tie at least one horse. Well, that was an adrenaline pumping probably minute and a half. We weren't thinking about any horses, so when we caught our breath, and you can see on camera the old cowboy huffing and puffing. I said, where's the horses? And you hear Landon say, I don't know. But anyway, folks, after about a 3-mile little walk, we figured this out. Tie your horses first. I got the hog behind us. He's doing this thing, folks. This is what it's all about. Team March Stacking, Cowboys. Dragging them all out, folks. Oh. Horsetails is proudly brought to you by Warren Coca Pecans, now buying for the fall. Anderson Brothers Bank, the only choice for your banking needs. South Florence Feed and Seed, price, quality, and service. They have all three, and featuring Nutrina Feeds. South Carolina Horsemen's Council, the voice of the horse in South Carolina.
Farmers are always planning for higher yields, more diversity, expanding opportunities. Nationwide and your local agent want to help your farm last through the generations. As the #1 farm insurer in the country, Nationwide can help you achieve your goals. We stand for you.
Don't go racing around looking for your car loan. At Anderson Brothers Bank, we keep you on track from start to finish. Anderson Brothers Bank. Right car, right payment, right now.
Running on bald tires? Is your air conditioning struggling? Checked your brakes recently? Come see Morrell Tire Service for all your auto service needs. Featuring a complete line of Michelin tires. From trucks to horse trailers and sports cars to first cars. Michelin is safe when new and safe when worn. Stop in and see why we are your trusted Michelin dealer and repair specialists. Morrell Tire, Latta, South Carolina.
Folks, on this hunt, I was almost solo, but John Boy Strickland from down in UCLA, Upper Conway, Lower Anner, had my back on this hunt. We were on the banks of the Great PED River, once again, in a rice field. And some of the footage you can see where the rice is about this high, and there was cornfields next to it. Well, the landowner called me and said, hey, I got a big old hog just kind of wreaking havoc. So we went out, and like I say, folks, I'm my best dog. I read the sign, and I saw one track. saw one track, folks. And I started tracking him, and we got up to we seen where he wallowed. As usual, I thought he went that way, as you can see in this sporty ride, but he went that way. Stay tuned. He went my way later on. John Boy and Brago. This is a pretty sporty ditch here, folks. Yep, he's gonna show a little confidence there. Ease him forward, give him his head, John Boy. Yeah, that's a sporty little ditch there. He's gonna really have to gather himself, because he's gonna have a good job. He's gonna really have to put his hindquarters on him to get up that ditch there. Good job. So far so good, folks. And here he comes up. And like I say, that's a little hard to see, but that's pretty rough. Folks, you can see as old John Boy was taking Broger down in that ditch. It was pretty sporty. The camera didn't really do it justice. It was straight down, and he had to gather himself at the bottom to come up. Good friend of mine, Joe Mose, after he hunted with me, he said, David, them old Marsh Taggart horses, they're the Army Jeep of horses. They can go anywhere. And folks, you know, the best breed of horse in the world, 4 legs, mane and tail. But we choose Marsh Taggart. They're a tool for me. They get me where I need to go. And then, folks, no sooner had we gone down that ditch and the other side, I heard. I said, oh, John Boy, we went this way, but the hog's that way, as you can see. Come on, John. How about those teeth, John Boy?
There's some teeth right there. That's what cuts a dog up.
All right, let's go get these dogs some water. Good.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, Simpson, take this hog out of here, buddy.
Get Brago out of the way.
I can't get.
Pull him too.
Come here, Brago.
Step up, Brago.
All right.
That's a workhorse there. That's a workhorse dragging groceries home. Folks, as you can see, that was pretty intense. We rode in that cornfield, and we didn't have anything tied to, so we just dropped the reins. The horses took us right in there, and as you can see, I dallied Simpson to the hog to pull him out. Folks, a little bit about Simpson. Simpson's about a 12-year-old Marsh Taggart Gammon. He's by a mare that I had back in the very beginning in DP, and he's like me. He's kind of wired type, but I tell you what, when you call on Simpson, he's there for you. As you can see, this hog was every bit of 400 pounds. Simpson weighs 800 pounds soaking wet. I dallied and took him on out the trail. Like I say, folks, these little Marsh Tackies are the Army Jeep horses, and they're a tool. They get it done. You're looking for a good horse, give me a call. Folks, I've hunted with a lot of people in my life. Old John Boy Strickland was my victim on this hunt. And in this video, I said, in life, who's got your back? And the Lord's got mine. But on this particular hunt, old John Boy had it. And I'll tell you what, nobody I'd rather have at my back running in on back hog was John Boy. But folks, like I say, we didn't really realize what was all going on till we run in there. And I thought it was a bear when I run in and caught him the first time. But anyway, normally we hunt for 4 or 5 hours, but after that hog, we wrapped it up, took it to the house.
Folks, the Big Petey River and a cornfield, wide open, 450-pound bull hog. Team Marsh Taggart struck again. Folks, when you run in on a big bull hog like this, it's just you and your buddy, you better know who's got your back. John Boy Strickland had the PD Cowboys back. Nothing could be finer than in these swamps of the Big Petey River, South Carolina.
Horsetails is proudly brought to you by Morrell Tire, working tirelessly for all your automotive needs. South Florence Feed and Seed, proudly offering Tribune Equine Nutrition. Southern States, your local farm supply store. Equestrian Images, exceptional equine photography and video services.
Take a moment to think about the food you buy and eat. Is it fresh? I mean really fresh. Or is it shipped from a grower hundreds or even thousands of miles away? Well, here in South Carolina, we celebrate fresh, locally grown food and unforgettable meals with family and friends. They are time-honored traditions that go back generations. Season after season, our state's farmers help make those meals memorable with delicious produce like sweet corn, butter beans, and cucumbers that taste just perfect. Agriculture has always been at the heart of who we are. Just trace its roots and you'll see that the farmers who work to bring the freshest, best tasting food to your table, they aren't so different from you or me. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
At Anderson Brothers Bank, we have the right formula for your car loan. Doing loans the big banks won't, at rates finance companies don't. Get on the right track with the right car, the right payment, and get to the finish line in record time. Anderson Brothers Bank.
Southern States carefully crafts every bag of Legends horse feed with the highest quality ingredients available. The Legends superior line of specially formulated feeds will help keep your horses happy, healthy, and in peak form. You and your horse have a special bond. To keep that bond everlasting, Legends horse feeds can accommodate every type of nutritional need a horse might have. Legends, redefining what horse feed should be. Visit your local Southern States dealer to see which Legends feed is best for your horse.
When is the last time you traced your roots? Not your family's roots. The roots of the food you eat. Those roots should run deep, not from afar. Just like the legacy of farmers here in South Carolina. Day in, day out, farmers from every corner of our state are carrying on the traditions of bringing locally grown food to your table. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
Folks, great news. Here at Carolina Fresh Food, chicken the way it used to be is back. Folks, we have teamed up with some of the major suppliers across the United States to bring you an all-natural chicken product just like your mama used to cook. Folks, why do I hunt? My wife always asked me, said, David, I don't know about this hog hunt. Folks, I hunt because that's a lot of different factors. The history, the horses, the river bottoms. For me, it's spiritual. When I choose a location to hunt and I go out and I know what's going on for us, the river and the temperature and where the hogs may be because of the time of year, winter, summer, whatever, you know, I'm kind of dialed in on it. So, but when I turn the dogs loose, before we turn the dogs loose, I can say probably after my second, third hunt, we always give the Lord thanks for that. And anybody's ever hunted me tell me we rarely forget that. One of my greatest memories is I had a young fellow that was hunting with me, and as usual, I was in a hurry, and I almost forgot to say the prayer, and Ashley spoke up and said, hey, David, we forgot to pray, and we did. But like I said, when we ride out into the river bottoms of the Great PD, the history, the flora and the fauna, I mean, if we don't catch a hog, we've had a great time. I mean, I ride by rice dikes. I found historical stuff. I've actually have trod parcels of land that probably nobody's been on for 100 years. Wasn't there by choice. I was there by the circumstances. But it really, you just cannot believe. We riding along, everybody knows, they said, hey, and they watch me because I'm watching my dogs. When the dogs strike, I call it, they get gamey. My dogs run silent. My dogs don't bark on track because the old hogs, I done caught all the slow, stupid hogs on the Great PD. So that I've got a superior race of hogs that I'm chasing on the Great PD. And like I say, we don't call all the slow, stupid ones. When it gets gamey, the time the dogs strike and you hear that, and the adrenaline rush from the time you hear those dogs till you catch the hog, it might be 30 seconds, a minute, or 2 minutes, but you forget everything. It's you, the moment, and the horse. And a lot of times I invite friends that can ride, but they just cannot believe. I say, drop the reins, stay out of the horse's way, because my horses run to the dogs. They know, especially Simpson, that when they hear the dogs strike and bay, they basically will take you there. I ride point, and I'm breaking the brush and stuff like that. It's, you know, but like getting your first kiss or seeing your first grandchild. There's nothing like it. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this morning's show as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. It's kind of from my heart. You see my passion, why I am the PD Cowboy. I got my moniker on the banks of the Great PD, chasing feral hogs and deer. So folks, you asked me for some of this material. If you liked it, and we cleaned it up a bit for you, drop me a note and let me know. And folks, like I say, America is great because of people that's got passion. They want to just, the places I hunt, I'm there for sport. People trod there, have a part and parcel of that land, trying to make a living. It's just unreal what I see. I just feel a kindred spirit when I'm out in the banks of the Great PD. Please don't ever forget the price was paid for our freedom. And folks, until next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet. And as you can see, God has and is blessing this great country of ours.